Hello guys, what is going on? This is Grimzo here, giving you my thoughts on the upcoming Ryzen launch by AMD, slated for this quarter, Q1 of 2017. I've got the benchmarks up here, supposed benchmarks, detailing the sort of performance we should expect from the new CPU lineup, and it's nothing short of impressive. The 1700X, the second tier CPU, well, sort of second tier, it's a really complex naming scheme, I'm not going to get into it because it's ridiculous. 1700X, which features most of the, features that Zen was intended to, like extended frequency range and the like. Comes in at $389, supposedly. Again, rumor and conjecture. Take it with a massive grain of salt. That's $389. That's only about 40 more than the 7700's current price. That's 7700K even. That's pretty good. That means you're getting an 16-thread CPU for the same price as a quad-core 8-thread CPU, or a very similar price at least. So yeah, that is quite a value in my opinion. Bearing in mind that this is supposedly at a 95 watt TDP as well, which means it undercuts the TDP of the 6900K 140 watts by a significant amount. The efficiency is actually looking to be decent, like really decent, like scary decent. The efficiency doesn't really matter though if the performance isn't there, and for the most part it does appear to be there. I'm looking at the passmark results now, and if I'm not mistaken, the results were with the Intel processors overclocked, as well as the 9590 is not on there. This is the passmark results, which tends to perform pretty well on AMD CPUs with my experience, but in this it finishes around the 6800K overclocked, of course. Yes, scores just over 15,000 points, 15,084 points overall. This puts it above the 7700K in passmark, but bearing in mind passmark is a mixed threading test and tends to rely heavily on multiple threads for very specific tests that do contribute highly to the overall score, integer math and floating point math. The benchmark that I am really excited about though is the 3D mark scores for I believe it was the physics. It gave the results of the various Broadwell E CPUs, as well as the 7700K and the new Ryzen CPUs from the R5 1300 to the R7 1700X. And it showed them having comparable single-core performance clock for clock when compared to Broadwell E. Maybe not KB Lake, but that's, well, yeah, it's a newer architecture. And honestly, I think the extra threads that you get for the money can make up for that, because Zen won in the multi-threaded part of the benchmark, like by a fair bit. Not against the 6950X, but against the 6900K, which is the most similar spec for spec. This is interesting. This will well, hopefully it'll give AMD enough of an advantage to become competitive again, because yeah, we all know how amazing the FX series is at the moment. Yeah. So hopefully it does compete. I mean, we don't want another bulldozer, do we? We all know how that ended, with a 15% IPC regression. But I don't think that's even like on the cards at this point for Ryzen. I think it is actually going to perform pretty well. But again, take all of this with a massive grain of salt. We don't actually know if it's true yet. Nothing has been confirmed by AMD as of yet. The only things that have really come to light are things we have, things that have been found through retailers and listings. The only thing that's really confirmed is that it will be faster than Excavator, which is kind of, well, I would certainly hope that it would be. And it's also, at least in rendering workloads, as fast, if not faster, than Broadwell E. So, as AMD demonstrated that at the New Horizons event a few months ago. So, hopefully, I mean, again, not confirmed, but hopefully it will be competitive, and we will actually have decent CPUs at, like, budget price points, which would be amazing, because they've kind of been shit and stagnated for a few years. Because there isn't really a tangible difference between, like, a 3570K and a 7600K once you get them overclocked. I mean, yeah, the 7600K is more power efficient and has better integrated graphics. But then again, who really gives a shit about that? So yeah, just wanted to share my thoughts on the new Zen CPUs, or, well, the supposed ones, but I am looking forward to this release. Don't know if I'll invest in the first gen ones. I recommend, if you have a decent processor now, just to wait for Zen Plus and Cannon Lake and see what they bring to the table. Just my opinion though, that's what I'm going to be doing. Because honestly, I'm not sure if Zen or KB Lake really offer a tangible upgrade over something like, say if you have a 2600K. I doubt, unless you go for like a top-of-the-line like Zen or KB Lake processor, that you're really going to get much out of it. As a lot of workloads don't really require that as of yet. I mean, yes, there are exceptions, like if you do rendering or whatnot and intensive shit, yeah. But if you're gaming, which is something a lot of people do, and something that AMD has really been pushing with the new Zen architecture, then maybe not, as floating point performance hasn't really come on that much, and I doubt it really will for a while. I think we have really hit the single core performance. Like, I think we've just kind of hit the limits on 14 nanometer. I don't think it's like possible to take it any higher, really. At least not without ballooning die area, which is not a good idea, because that will reduce efficiency significantly, and yeah, that is something we don't want, because obvious. Anyway, I've been going on for long enough now. Hope you enjoyed the video of me ranting about tech. See you next time, I suppose, probably, almost definitely, and bye.